Amsterdam, Paris, the whole of Europe. So when you guys be doing your little arguments, the whole world's watching, right? You guys are the vanguards of the conscious community, so you need to behave. I'll tell you guys, I'll tell you off while we're here. But anyway, my name's Professor Konsu from London. I represent the Manhood Academy for Boys. We work with young teens, we groom them Afrocentrically into manhood. Also, I'm the author of 2 books, Sacred Man, which was blessed by Sacred Man. Blessed by beloved Queen Afua, the vanguard of our community. And this is my new book, The Metaphysical Analysis of Tupac Shakur. Yes, my book. Why can't a brother from London write about a New York MC? Question mark. So I've written it. It's thick and it goes in about Tupac and his Black Panther upbringing. So we're here on a mission as the core. So as a group here, where's my brother? Terry Riggs. We're all here. So we're coming through as a cross-section of the conscious community in London. You know, we're exactly the same as you, but we got British accents. So we represent our people.
Okay, now, in this Tupac,
yeah,
the Black Power Star Wars,
yeah,
can you tell us about Tupac? What can you tell us about Tupac that we don't already know here in America? Talk to us about that.
Well, the thing about it is you do know, but has anyone written about it extensively? So what can I tell you? First of all, I mean, Tupac was stalked from a very young age in primary school by the FBI. Do we know that? They were looking for his father, Mutulu Shakur, and they kept on visiting his school incrementally to interrogate him about his father, which means that he would have been flagged up from a very young age. He would have been identified as an indigo or starseed, and he was stalked all throughout his life, as we know. What else? At 17 years old, he was the first chairman of the new Black Panther Party. Well, you guys know that already. Also, his gangster persona was a facade. What was he trying to do? He was trying to unite the East Coast and West Coast gangs. We know all of that. So we know all these things, but has it been put together, sorry, Holy Sister, in an extensive book, in depth, 200 pages? No. So why can't a British writer write about our history, our American history? And he is an archetype of American history. So that's what this book is about. And it was just printed 2 days ago. It took me 3 years to write. Yeah.
That gotta be a good book.
Yeah, man.
Do you go into the death of him and how he was killed, and was he set up? And did you follow the same scenario as what Suge Knight could have probably had something to do with that and all that?
Okay. Well, I would say his death has been shelved to the realm of conspiracy theory. There are so many theories out there, no one will ever know. Brother Ali's just showed up. Brother Ali.
You know what I'm saying? I got introduced to first, brother.
But yo,
you know what I'm saying?
Ali into
Huh? Ali brought himself and he just came in.
Yeah, that's what I do, baby.
Go ahead, Brother Ali.
That's what I do, baby. You know what I'm saying? Gotta do the official, brother.
Do the official introduction, man.
This brother,
man. Terry.
So this is Brother Ali the Great. I'm the son of Queen Afua, the legendary healer. Been doing it for 40+ years. I'm her son. My brother Supernova been doing it for a long time. I was given the honor of doing some major work of bringing the wellness to Europe, to England, to London. And I was brought into the conscious community over there. And these brothers and sisters that I met about a year ago, I found out that they definitely was very inspired by the work of Brother Senator TV. Okay, with the House Conscious community. Definitely. So this work is huge in London and Europe, and I blew me away about a year ago. So by being introduced to that and the work that I was doing with the family business, myself, Supernova, and Queen, I came back in April this year to establish the business relationship out there in London. Upon building up the franchise and expanding the products, I met my family right here. Okay, this is the whole London crew, and this is the conscious community in the UK. And I was blown away by the level of knowledge, the level of love that we were given over here in Brooklyn and Harlem, and it blew me away. Yeah. So when I came back, I went back in May of this year, brought the Queen back, and we did our thing out there, and I was able to really allow my brother right here, Brother Terry, from Black Ice TV, him and his brother, okay, who they got a strong online presence out there, okay. His brother's gonna be here tomorrow, Brother Rich, and they wanted to make sure they was here for the House of Conscience reunion. Okay, also Queen Afua's birthday is this weekend as well. So we combine the Queen Afua's birthday with the reunion of the House of Consciousness through Brother Sinetta, and we all in the house. So they flew all the way from London to be here for this very special weekend. Okay, so we got the whole crew here. Okay, yeah, brother, you got it.
How was you and the Queen treated when you went out there?
Sorry, good question, brother. Good question. We were treated very royal. Okay, very royal at the highest level. We did a lot of big events out there. This brother Terry right here, he was my main tour guide, my main host. He took us to the home of Marcus Garvey, where Marcus Garvey at his last days lived, as well as where he conducted his business. We went over there. We went to the museum, one of the biggest museums out there that has a lot of the pieces and a lot of the statues, a lot of the artwork, and all of our major monuments in England. Okay, the British Museum. And it was amazing. We went to that tour. So he made sure that we was hosted at the highest level. I was also supported by my brothers here, the whole crew. I'm not sure if they've introduced themselves yet, but if they haven't, this is the crew right here. And we actually came together to form an alliance with our brothers here in America, with our brothers, the Africans over in Europe, and we have what we call we have what we call the core. The core we represent our people in terms of business, culture, knowledge, and understanding. We understand the needs of our people. Okay, so now brothers like Brother Sonetta or Brother Rich and others in the community, we know the needs. We know how to market. We know how to get the products to the marketplace. We know how to promote. And he said, I said to my family, we have to come together so when I leave, the work don't stop. And we started building on the phone. And Sal, when you said, yo, Ali, I'm doing the reunion, I called the crew. They said, yo, we already know what's going on. I said, are y'all ready to come through? I knew we was trying to do this later on, but I said, the time is now. And I've been telling Brother Sal about y'all, but I need him to see y'all in the flesh. I need y'all to give y'all testimony on how the work is going in the UK. So Sal, we're here, baby. We're in the house over the weekend. We're going to be there representing strong on Sunday. Thank you for letting me do the food. We're going to definitely bring it on Sunday. Well, I'm also a vegan chef for those that don't know. Okay, and we're going to have the food in place on Sunday. We're going to have the wellness products. But yeah, fam, this is the family right here. And I'm so grateful that they're now here in Harlem with our family over here because they've been watching y'all all the time. Isn't it right, Terry? Y'all definitely watching Sal?
Every single step Sonetta makes. Well, we know every little mistake you do. We replace it. We replace it. You know?
They follow me in The Godfather. This is The Godfather right here. So this is a very powerful weekend, and they honor you, Brother Sal, and I'm very grateful that we made it here, brother.
Well, I'm glad y'all made it here as well. The brother have written so many books. I want you to finish off what you were saying, because I want my brother Gorilla the Hebrew to go in a minute. So he gonna go in next.
Question about that Pac book.
Go ahead.
So how in depth do you go into the death of Tupac?
You know what? I don't really go into the depth too deep. You know why? Because his death has been confined to the realms of conspiracy theory. There's so many theories out there. Some may be factual, some may be not. So I'm more focused on his life and celebrate his life. For example, do we know there's a 4,000-page file that the FBI is holding on Tupac, and they do not disclose it because they say it's a threat to national U.S. security. Did you know that? There was a brother who wrote a book called, what was it called? It was a white American guy. Oh, I don't recall the name, but he got a couple pages from the FBI file, and then from an inside source he said that they wouldn't disclose the rest because it's been classified. So why is that? Why is that? So, you know, we have a love for Tupac. Every young person I work with in the form of Manhood Academy, everyone loves Tupac, whether you're 16 or 40. So I just felt it right, you know, I'm so passionate about our young prince that passed very young, you know. Yeah, go ahead.
Are you familiar with Madonna is now coming out saying that she dated Tupac? And, you know, Tupac is not here to defend that right now, you know what I'm saying? So Madonna is coming out now and they trying to act like she was one of his girlfriends back in the day. Come on, man.
Well, you know, everyone's cashing in on Tupac. We know that. His family knows that. But there's one thing I want to say, and this is key. It was released about 2 years ago, a manifesto that Tupac wrote that superseded Thug Life. Thug Life was stage 1 of his mission. The final mission was called Boss Player. How to be a boss player, how to supersede that street life and upgrade to working legit, making your money legit as an entrepreneur. The Boss Player Manifesto. Do you know about that? If you Google it, all right, you'll get all the information. Unfortunately, it was given to a British journalist, English journalist, and she sold it for about, you know, $70,000, and it never got published to the people it was supposed to, which was supposed to be the young people of our communities. Tupac requested that it stay in her safe hands, and she released it to our young people so they could have a blueprint on his demise, and it was never released. It was sold to an auction for $70,000. So, you know, there's a lot of facts in this book. Some we know and some we don't, but it's all in there. I went in 3 years of diligent research, you know, so yeah, that's what I have to say on this book. What else is there? Do we know at 17 years old, he was the first chairman of the New African Panthers? Do we know he was a Panther Cub? So none of these things have been disclosed in the media. You don't see, I haven't even seen the new Tupac movie, but I just have a feeling since his mum didn't agree on it and John Singleton didn't agree on it, I have a feeling it's not on point. You know, but there's a lot of stuff about his conscious upbringing that has been hidden and embedded by mainstream media because his persona is so powerful and has such a powerful impact on our young people.
Anybody else?
You want to ask me a question, King?
About the book or just in general? My next question is, what about, because I've been criticized openly for criticizing Tupac, and the reason why I criticize Tupac is the fact that he began to work and hustle backwards. What do I mean by hustling backwards? He grew up, as you probably expound on immensely, in a Black Panther upbringing. Then in his mid-20s, he became a gang member. You see what I'm saying? So is that talked about? How he began to backslide away from upliftment and consciousness and began to engage in lives of crime. Because the majority of us that's from the West Coast, we grow up, little kids gang banging, and then we wake up and we stop doing that. You see what I'm saying? So I saw the unfortunate of the reversal in Tupac. So is that expounded upon in the book at all?
Well, you have to keep in mind, Tupac was a method actor, which means when he took on a role, okay, he encompassed that personality fully on and off screen. So who did he play? What was his most pivotal role in which movie? Okay, he played Bishop in Juice, right? Now, a lot of his friends say that he encompassed that personality wholeheartedly and continued with that personality, all right? So we also know that Tupac's manager was an ex-Black Panther. He's his closest confidant, right? So what am I saying? I'm saying that Tupac's gangster persona was a facade, all right? And it was a blueprint and plan. So how do you reach the gangs of America? How do you reach the street youth of America? You speak their language, right? But he was swiftly maneuvering into the next level, which had been Boss Player. Just like KRS-One came from Criminal Minded to By Any Means Necessary, right? So that's the theory I'm going to go with, all right? And since we document his life and not those European journalists and whatnot, let us document it in the way that we see fit as a conscious community. So I'm saying for the record that Tupac's gangster persona was a facade and it was a chess move in order to upgrade eventually. And once he had all those young street soldiers in his listening, he would have stepped up to the next level, which would have been unifying the East Coast and West Coast gangsters, etc., etc. Because he was creating a movement called One Nation, which was going to create a unified MC army, right? So he had a whole line of MCs that he was going to line up. He did his final album called One Nation, but it never fruitioned to its maximum potential. So I believe Tupac was playing a chess game because he was highly intelligent. He was well read to PhD level, which means he knew what he was doing, all right? So I don't buy he got clipped in the realm of thug life. He never evolved to THUG life, and he never evolved to the Boss Player, which was his final manifesto. Facts.
Yeah, I could. I believe that's a logical conclusion, and I definitely can see that, you know, as something that was feasible for what motivated him to, you know, do what he did and whatnot. You see what I'm saying? But that's all the questions I had.
All right, respect, love, and respect. So, well, what else do we have to say about the court? Why are we here? Why are we here, Nico?
I mean,
the London entourage.
Yeah, I mean, we're here for the big event that's going to happen in 2 days' time. But I mean, we're also here to talk about ourselves, like what we're doing, to let it be known. You know, this guy's an author. These two brothers and sisters here, they've got their organisation that they're doing called the People's Verses. I've got a charity called the Kwame Project. I'm doing UK Hip Hop Honours as well. But I also, like I just did before, I wanted to touch on the Grenfell massacre that happened in West London, England, where 300 people got burnt to their, and my whole community had to watch it. And just like Hurricane Katrina and Flynn, it was a diabolical blunder and a diabolical rescue mission, you know.
If I could say this too real quick.
Yeah.
I'm very happy that y'all, made the journey across the pond, because I think that us in America, a lot of brothers from America and sisters from America do not understand what's going on in Europe and elsewhere, right? I'm of Haitian descent. Both of my uncles is from France. They're from Paris. So I got family that's still in France. I got family in Belgium and elsewhere. So a lot of people are ignorant to what's going on in Europe. And also a lot of people are ignorant to the amount of West Indians that's in Europe, you see what I'm saying, and West Africans and whatnot. We have a vast amount of brothers and sisters that's over there in Europe that a lot of time we tend to forget here in the States. So it's very important that y'all came out here to introduce yourself to the state and raise the consciousness to the diaspora on a global level.
Let me answer that question.
You've got 2 million people in London.
So let me answer that question very, very thorough, all right? So the thing about America, I mean, I've got a vast amount of cousins in America, in North Strand, Brooklyn Avenue. With America, right? America to America, I'm going to put this out there. You guys can YouTube diss me. America's the whole world to some Americans, all right? So you can go to Miami for tropical America, and you can kind of go Canada if you want snow, all right? But with Europe, it's a bit different because we individually, we travel Europe. So we travel to Italy, Spain, go and see the Moorish temples in Spain. We travel all over Holland, etc., etc. So we have a more world view. And that worldview encompassing tapping into the American conscious community. But we just want to say that the conscious community is everywhere. All right. If you go to parts of Ghana, you're going to find Nubians. If you go to parts of France, you're going to find a Nation of Islam. If you go to parts of Holland, you're going to find Hebrew Israelites. We are everywhere. You just got to know where to find us. You come to London, you find all of us. You just go down Brixton High Road, which is the equivalent of 125th Street in Harlem. You will find us all there. Okay. So we just want to say to the US that we are everywhere. So just know that and just know we are here.
So you are into the Moorish science, correct? Yeah. Okay, so how heavy is the Moorish movement over there in Britain?
It's just beginning. It's something that I've been studying for the last 10 years. I've been teaching the last 6 years, and I don't really know if there's any other groups that started when I started, but I think they're coming out. Shout out to the Moor Lions, shout out to Noble Matat, shout out to my study guide group, Oscar, Abraham, Angie, so we're awakening, there's different fractions everywhere, and we're just becoming aware of it. Same like the Hebrews and the Israelites, they're coming up as well, yeah? Yeah. Okay.
So what I would like to say for those that are watching is that in honor of this weekend, being the reunion weekend, okay, to bring forth the House of Conscience together, I'm grateful that we were able to come together to show that unification and unity, okay? And we're definitely looking to grow this work of wellness, culture, healing for the people. Definitely, I want y'all to definitely tune in very soon to all the things that we're going to be doing with Queen Afua. Go to queenafua.com for more information. I definitely want y'all to go to globalnationofwellness.org, globalnationofwellness.org. That's my company, and we're going to be doing a lot of work with product distribution, investments, networking, and we're actually right now, we just opened up the Queen Afua Wellness University School in Brooklyn. Officially, we've been doing a lot of online training for the past year, but now we're getting an official physical location, and that's at the Black Lady Theater, historically known as the Slave Theater, okay? And the Slave Theater in Brooklyn was illegally shut down by the Jews. They illegally took the property. So myself and a few others, Omar and the Chief, they were able to align with Judge Phillips, and they did work for years. And so recently I aligned with the brothers, and they were able to continue the legacy of the Slave Theater, aka the Black Lady Theater. So we definitely want y'all to tune in, and you can find the Queen there every day. We're running the school out from the theater. We're doing a lot of big events, like at the National Black Theater. We are the Brooklyn version of that as well. So that's my charge for those that are tuning in, to tune in and keep supporting this wellness work so that this work could definitely grow. I got another brother right here, Brother Terry, come on through. I want you to give a few words about the work that you're doing out there with your company, how you're capturing the media of our people, and what's all going on from your take of what's happening.
Yes. Basically, we're a business which we're trying to cover the media. We're trying to cover the whole thing of influence of forms of business. We're doing in forms of events, tours, holidays, you name it, we're on it. So we use our media platforms, which we call Black Ice TV 7, which now is going to open up a shop in about a month's time called the Black Ice TV Stores, which we're already trying to endorse Blue Pill, Red Pill's products, Ali's products, as well as other people's products. So because we have to have a form of joint trading amongst us all in that format. And at the same time, we have to educate our youth, because our youth needs to know our history and to know the right history all the way from beginning to the end. Doesn't matter what paradigm they're coming from, but they need to understand that history and stop following the slave riders' information, because there's two sides as a form of balance.
Salute, salute. Thank you, brother. We also, did y'all speak yet? Oh, yeah, spoke. Y'all gave a charge. Okay, so this is the crew. That's my son outside. Any more questions? We definitely honored to be here. You want to close out words?
I just want to acknowledge you. You know what? So we watch you know, U.S. underground media so intensely. I seldom see Brother Ali the Great on your platforms. We see the mighty Supernova Slum. Let me get it right. We get the queen of the conscious community, Queen Afua, we get her on the platforms, but we seldom see the business head and the vanguard of the Queen Afua family, Ali, in front of camera. So I want to acknowledge you for that, and I want to acknowledge you for bringing us over the core. We are a small cross-section of the conscious community in London, and we're just happy to be here and look forward to this weekend's events, including acknowledging the Queen's birthday.
Now, give thanks, brother. It's an honor. We got a lot of work to do and continue to grow this work. And we're definitely taking this platform of what we're building on to Africa, okay, to Haiti, worldwide, to South America, worldwide, okay? But we established a strong foundation. And we're definitely grateful that we now have a strong alliance with Brother Sa-Neter. And this weekend's going to continue for this work to grow. So, brother, I appreciate that. Thank you for that. Right. And yeah, Ali the Great, I'm gonna be more doing much more work with the food sector and with the business. Okay, so y'all gonna definitely see me more. For those that are watching and tuning in, I was working a lot behind the scenes, getting everything ready. But this is my coming out party, so we're gonna rock and roll. Side, any questions? We good, brother? We good. Salute, brother. Thank y'all for having us. So we thank the House of Consciousness family, Sa-Neter Studios, Black News 102, Sa-Neter University. We thank y'all for having us, and we see the whole family on Sunday. We're signing out. Salute y'all. Peace.